As always, call someone, text someone, even take a message and put it around a pigeon and send it to someone and tell them that you appreciate them. Welcome to the M1 File. And I hope you have a beautiful weekend. I hope things are going good for you. I mean, you're motivated and things falling in place for you. Even if there's sadness, find the goodness in it, if that's a word, and bring it out and look at it from a different direction there, or a different way. I want to thank you for the emails from our last show. Even I got a couple phone calls from the last show. And as I always say, normally the N1 file, we don't get caught up in politics. And I told you why, because the rules, a lot of times the rules is they're made up as you go. But one of the things we really wanted to bring out was let's vote. Let's vote. And I always tell you, I'm not going to tell you who to vote for, because if I tell you who to vote for, to me, the thinking part comes out, and someone is doing your thinking. There's only example. If you're able to watch a 2-hour baseball game or football game or basketball game, I believe, and I don't want to take anyone time from them, that you can take 15 minutes to set aside to learn what candidate says what, or what kind of candidate is going to do this right here, that you can vote for. I've always said that the posters that come out for this candidate and this candidate and this candidate, I think they're good, but at the end of the day, take a little time to learn about the candidate and you vote for the candidate that best serve your community, or best serve your interests, or best serve where you are. Because at the end of the day now, you want to hold a person accountable. So, like I said, I want you to vote, especially if you're in the Memphis area. October the 3rd, I think it is. Here in Memphis, we're voting for our city commissioners, city court, also city mayor. And this is very important. Take some time to learn the issues and vote. I got a couple phone calls. I got some emails about my stand on the debate. Remember, I said if I was Mayor Harrington or Mayor Strickland, I wouldn't debate nightly. Seriously, I wouldn't. Especially when you had 11 people who are running, and some of the people at the bottom of the polls would do things discredit you in order to credit themselves. And some of them name was just out there just trying to get some traction, trying to get some campaign dollars, just trying to get some things moving. And here you are serious, so they're on the same stage you're on. They're trying to make a name for themselves. And I said, Ivory Taylor, if I was posting that will I have an open debate? And I told you my answer is no. But keep in mind, I'm not running for anything. But also, if you want to know more about a candidate, go to their town hall meeting. And you can ask some questions. Say, if I vote for you, what my streets look like? If I vote for you, what about the service look like? And then if they don't uphold, the next time they get ready to run, you don't vote for them. Or either you just hold them accountable. But the most important thing, take some time and vote. Please do not have the mentality saying that my vote doesn't count. In the mayor's race, winner takes all. So it does count. I want to share something with you this morning, and for the ones who know me, you know I love the stock market. I do. I love it because technology. I can sit at my desk in my office at home, and I can play the stock market, and they never know who I am. I just tap in, buy, sell, and keep going. But the reason why I'm saying this, we live in a global society. I'm talking about global. I know the president said we're one of the strongest countries in the world. No, he said we are the strongest country in the world. To me, that's the big question mark. To me, only me. And I wore my American flag and everything, because I want you to know. I am strong when I have partnership. But when I'm isolated, I may not be as strong as I normally would. it's very difficult for the United States to be isolated now versus many, many years ago. Because I can't say everyone, but most of the Dow 30 are global companies. Like, for example, Walmart, they're in the Dow 30. Walmart will go to another country and buy a company there and keep their name, but Walmart will be behind that name for its ownership. So for them to say America can be isolated, it's very tough now for them to be isolated because they own so much outside the borders. Let's deal with Walgreens. They're in the 30, they're in the Dow now, remember? But Boots owns, I want to say 51% of Walgreens with a warranty to buy the other 49%. So Walgreens now, if you say, well, America, we isolated. No, it's very difficult because your Dow 30 companies are global companies where they own other parts of the world. So they just can't pack up and say, hey, I'm coming home. It's very difficult now. Very, very difficult. So we are a global society. And we look at companies like DuPont and a lot of companies who are in the Dow. They're really global companies. And they continue to move and grow and move and grow and grow. This is what happened. This weekend, there's a company called Thomas Cook. They are a luxury company. They do vacations around the world. And their stock ticker is TCKGF. Now it's like 10 cents now. But it used to be a high price company. I used to have shares in it before I sold it. This weekend, because of the pound from the UK dropped, they have 600,000 people who are stranded because the company collapsed on the weekend. They folded. 600,000 people are stuck on vacation around the world. Cook planes, they can't land no more. And Cook was so large where if you were, say for example, you live in Memphis and you want to go to Spain, they have it where, I don't think Memphis is one of their terminals, but you will fly to one of their terminals, get on a Thomas Cook plane, the same way JetBlue is, and you will fly to one of their resorts. Beautiful resorts. Nice amenities, all that good stuff right there around the world. But this weekend they got stuck. I'm talking about stuck because the company folded. This is my point here about voting. Spain country said, we're going to go get our people. UK, we're going to go get our people. Germany, we're going to go get our people because they're stuck around the world. I haven't heard anything from the United States. I haven't heard anything from our president saying we're going to go get our people. Can you imagine that you went on vacation and you're stuck in, let's say, Norway, because the company that you bought your tickets with, the company that you bought your luxury package with, they folded. They're gone. How you get back home? This is when your Secretary of State comes in and says, we're going to send a private plane, a government plane, wherever, they go get you. This is how powerful voting is. This is why who you vote for president and ask these questions. If I get stuck around the world, are you guys going to come get me? Because keep in mind, the president put his own people in place. Secretary of State, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of Labor, Secretary of Commerce, and on and on and on. And they have responsibility what to get you back home. That's how powerful voting is. Now, keep in mind we live in a global society. So now, if a person was a student, let's say at Harvard, I'm only saying it because I enjoy my stay there, and you in international government, or you in international business, where you're gonna go to, let's say, Norway and do an internship, or you got a job in Norway. Let's say, for example, off the top of my head, just say you with J.P. Morgan, just for example, and you are a financial analyst, and you're focused on environmental science. This is for example, and you take a job in Norway. You're there for the summer, and you're gonna do your internship, and all of a sudden now, Norway airplanes or Norway aviation, they collapse. How you get back home? This is where the United States come in. Secretary of Commerce or Secretary of State, we're gonna go get Ivory and bring Ivory back. But all that comes back down to voting. So when we vote for people or vote for candidates, there are some questions we need to ask at a local level and a national level. If I vote for you for president and I'm stuck around the world, are you guys gonna come get me? You know, and then especially if you work in global now, okay? Now some people don't even go next door. I mean, I know here in Memphis, people may live in North Memphis and never go out east. So I understand that. But there are some people who are invigorated. There's some people who are energized. They say, I want to see the world. And I want jobs to think global because I want to make six figures and so forth and so on. But voting is very important. Thomas Cook, an international company, collapsed and left 600,000 people stranded. Company gone. Somebody said, well, that's why I don't want to go outside the United States. But just last month, there was a company in Missouri, a trucking company. They came to work that Monday, locks on the gate, and the company has already folded and filed bankruptcy. They got paid that Friday. The company also, during the time they paid the people the check, they also filed for bankruptcy. 1,200 people were shut out because the company folded, did not tell the people, so the checks could not be cashed because it was the account was frozen. People came to work Monday. Yeah. So what happened is, whoever your state attorney general, the state commerce, some states the attorney general runs separate, and some states the government appoint. This is why it's important for you to learn how the government is set up. So when you vote, you know what question to ask. But if I'm only voting for what you told me, who you told me to vote for, or what my next door neighbor said vote, and I don't ask a question and these things happen, I'm stuck. Because remember, in the South have different laws than the North. We still a part of the United States, but sometimes county laws and city laws may differ in a way. In other words, I want to say the state of Tennessee and Mississippi has a clause where I can fire you for no reason, as long as I don't discriminate. I come in and say, well, we're going to downsize, and 50 people, you guys out of a job. So you guys go down and draw either unemployment or you guys retire or whatever. I can downsize whenever I want to. Or you can protest all you want. But I'm within the law. So voting goes beyond who I like. Voting goes beyond asking questions to fit my situation. Like, for example, it won't be long today, there was one young lady who took her child and placed them in a school system that she was not a resident of that school district, so she broke the law. There was another lady who forged the ACT scores for one. She wanted her kid to go to Ivy League school, so they had someone, she paid to forge the scores to get her daughter in an Ivy League school. So now, two things going on. We had one person here who was, I think the writer said that they was homeless, put their child in a school district that they was not a resident of. They broke the law. That's against the law. Here's another person who forced the ACT scores in order for her daughter to get placed in the Ivy League school. Both of them loved their kids, and they broke the law to escalate their kids to get where they think that was a good, well-known school. The lady that was homeless, according to the writer, who put the kid in the school system that she was not a resident of, I think she got 5 to 6 years in prison. The lady who paid $150,000 to get her kid into Ivy League school, who broke the law, I want to say she got 15 days. Okay, and people just blew up Facebook and blew up the conversation. What's right? What's wrong? White privilege? No privilege. But keep in mind, a federal law is different from a state county law. One went up under the federal government, and one went up under what we call your county/state law. They're different. So where I stand, I don't think one was white privilege or black privilege. No, it's two different laws. One fed, one county state. So instead of putting one down and demonize the other one, let's say, how can we fix the law? Well, one way you can fix the law is who you put in office. If there's a judgment law, remember, judges run for your county and city. They run for office. Only your federal judges are life. So when they run for office, ask these questions. Ask these questions. If there's a legislator in that area, ask these questions. Because keep in mind, it's your legislators who actually, what we call pen laws or introduce laws. So you may see someone say, get rid of board and put the other person in. But let's ask the other person that put you in, what are you legislating? I mean, what do you bring to the table besides get rid of this person right here? The Democratic Party said, former Vice President Biden said, well, let's get rid of Trump. Okay, well, what are we going to put in place of, though? So listen to the rhetoric. Don't get caught up in the hype. Ask questions. Just because you don't like something, ask other questions, what I'm going to put in its place. So if you think the laws are unfair, ask the person who's running for that legislature or district or state or wherever it is, what do you think about this? But in order to do that, we must do what? Our homework. Our homework. Just like in Mississippi. I never forget the interview. They were interviewing this man, and he was on TennCare. We call it TennCare, but really it's Medicaid. And he said he cannot stand Obamacare because he just put the name Obama on there. And they had fixed in his mind. He said, I hate Obamacare. And he said, and they asked him, why? He said, because it's just a giveaway, and and I can't have my same doctor. He went on and on and on and on. And then the reporter finally asked him, she said, well, are you unemployed? But he said, yes. He said, you on welfare? He said, yeah. Then he said, what else? He said, I get that Medicaid. And then the reporter said, well, you are getting aid then, so what's the difference? He said, I don't know, I just don't like it. So what happened is a lot of times people will play on our ignorance in order to escalate them ahead. Instead of coming in and educate you, they're Medicaid is state level, and Medicare is federal level. And there's laws the same way. We have state laws, or county laws, that give different type of sentencing in crime, and we have federal laws that give sentencing in crime. So let us learn these things and not let people prey on you because you don't know. It's hard for all of us to know everything. But one thing we can do, we can ask questions though, and not just put people in office because someone told you, or not put people in office because someone liked the person. Ask the question. I'm putting you in office, but what I'm getting out of it? Am I gonna get, when I call the fire trucks, are they gonna be here on time? When I call 911, are they gonna be here? When I go to the hospital, or state hospital, or county hospital, or what it may be, am I gonna get service? Why can't my streets be clean? Why can't my sidewalks be clean like the other person's sidewalks down in another neighborhood? Why can't the sweeper come through my neighborhood like they go through other neighborhoods? These are the questions you ask. And federal government, when they run for United States Senator, ask those questions. What about my district? And don't let them tell you, well, I hope I get it right, who makes the loudest noise of being helped? No, If I vote for you for United States Senator, United States Congressman, I need for you also to help where I live too. I'm gonna let you go. But the most important thing, I want you to be informed, and I know that you already are. Vote and ask questions. Vote and ask questions. We live in a global society, so that means that I may not go across these waters, but my grandchildren, they may go. Vote and ask questions, and hold that person accountable. I want to say I thank you very much for your time. If you live in the Memphis area, let's just remember, October the 3rd, we vote. And 2 years for United States President, we vote again. So just don't vote without asking questions. Thank you for your emails. Continue to email me. And the ones that have my number, continue to call me. And watch the M1 File. Watch Dr. Hudson with Black Thoughts, as well as Dialogue with Deidre. And once again, call someone, text someone, even take a message and put it around a pigeon and tell someone that you appreciate them and you thank them for the love they have given you. I thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Deidre Malone, the host of Dialogue with Deidre. You can find us on the M1 TV network on YouTube. Subscribe and follow us. You can also find us on Facebook at M1 TV Network, Twitter, M1 TV Network 2, and Instagram, M1 TV Network 2. Please follow us so you can keep up to date with what's going on the M1 TV Network with Dialogue with Deidre and Black Thought.